I'm Adrift Owlet, and today I'll be showing you how I took these designs I made on my iPad for a greater flamingo skull from the tracing onto a block all the way up to the finished product. Whenever I'm doing a block printing project, I always have to use carbon paper to transfer things onto the actual block I'll be carving. Back in school, I used to sometimes draw directly on my blocks, specifically when it was wood block, but it's just too difficult to erase, so I think it's just much easier now that I'm working on my own time to just draw the design as I want it, flip it, and then use carbon paper to transfer it on. That way I'm not like erasing stuff from the block, and this way does take more time for me, but I think the result is cleaner and it makes carving usually much easier for me. The lines are clearer to see when there's no eraser marks in the way. I know this tool has a special name, or at least usually has a special name, but I don't know it. I just started using it. I think I'm not going to use it too much when I'm specifically doing linocut prints, because even though if I tape the design down like I did here, it tends to move the piece around too much, and that's probably a me problem. Honestly, it's almost definitely a me problem, but because it's me having the problem and I'm the one using the tool and having to suffer the ramifications of it being a me problem, I'm just gonna avoid the me problem and not use the tool. I'm just gonna go back to using nail dotting tools to retrace lines directly on. Say hi to these woodcut tools. I didn't realize it yet when I was recording this, but yeah, these are woodcut tools. Technically, I'm not really supposed to be using them for linocut. I know these dull the blades, but I didn't realize it yet. But later I did realize, hey, my lino tools are right next to me. Why am I using these? I guess it just became a source of habit. I used these specific blades when I was in a woodblock carving class in college. I think here in this clip is specifically where you could almost hear or see the wheels in my brain turning as I'm considering, hey, why are these blades not sliding through the block like butter? This specific type of linoleum I'm using, it's not really bouncy and it's not necessarily soft. It's not really hard, but it usually doesn't push the blades back too much. This should be gliding through like butter. I shouldn't have to peel the pieces off. I shouldn't have to like scoop with the blades in any way to make pieces cleanly come off. I don't know why I didn't realize it yet, that I was using the wrong tools. I was just being dumb. Not the tools fighting me again. Why did it take me so long to realize these were the wrong blades? I was kicking myself editing this video. Like, girl, why aren't you realizing these are the wrong knives? Ugh. freaking finally! Oh my god, finally. Yeah, that on screen, that was my actual reaction when I realized it. Hey, the way my hands flew to cut the footage of when I smacked the camera by accident, realizing these are the wrong knives, and then scrambled to actually start recording again with the real blades. Ugh. I should have had coffee, I should have had some sort of caffeine, I should have had some nice black tea. My brain just was not good that day. Yeah, I really should have had some sort of like caffeine, because oh my god. Can you see how my brain just was lagging behind trying to figure out what blades I wanted to actually start off using? Ugh. This is why I have a large tea collection. Not gonna lie, I kind of wish I could just actually sit down and carve looking through the viewfinder on my camera, because like this view that you're getting, it's so much clearer than the view I was getting. I usually have to crane my neck a little to kind of see a good angle where I can actually see where the linoleum dips down, where I carved away. This is such a clear view. You'll get a better view than I do when I'm in the room, and you're not. As I worked on this project, as you can see here, I had the idea of repurposing an old wood block I carved for college as a new cutting board. Just like flip it over and use the perfectly soft back. Worked out pretty well.
Alright, I think this is where I'm gonna head off.
Ooh, I hope you have good eep.
So do I. Anyway, you enjoy your day as much as you can. See you around.
See ya. Have fun exercising.
Oh. I think what you're seeing on camera accurately captures how stressed I was about getting ink on my hands. This is oil-based ink, so this stuff does not like to wash off. I know some oil-based block print ink does wash off a bit more easily with soap and water, but this is not the kind. This one just is annoying. I should have seen this coming as someone who used to play Bendy in the ink machine, but yeah. Just the ink was a hassle, and I did not want this stuff on my hands. might have noticed watching through the video that I actually carved 2 blocks for the flamingo skull. That's because I initially intended to make this a double-sided standee, but I ultimately decided against it because it takes so much time and effort for me to carve 2 practically identical blocks, and the drying time per print is just bad because the ink takes about 2 to 3 days to dry per side, and so I have to wait for the first side to dry before I flip it over and print the other side. I just decided it's better to just keep it single-sided, but I don't know. In the future, maybe I'll make it a double-sided print again. I'm selling these, so like it just depends on feedback I get. I think single-sided should be fine, but if people decide they want it to be double-sided and they would be okay with the price possibly being nudged up higher to account for that, then I'll do it. The final touches for this project were actually making the base, so I just looked up the scientific name for the greater flamingo and stamped that down. Now, full disclosure, I did not make the letter stamps that I used for this because I'm gonna be real, I just don't feel like carving out a whole alphabet at this time, but in the future, I might. I did carve out these little signature stamps though, those are mine. So I just stamped the back of it to sign it and then put the whole thing together for some glamorous shots for when I list it online, which it is. It's been listed now. All in all, I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. It's only the first of the animal bone standees that I have planned, and look how these photos turned out. I'm also really proud of how I took these photos. Yay! Thanks for watching and thanks for sitting with me on this project. Safe travels. Bye!